Welcome, everyone. Today, we are exploring one of the most impactful parables Jesus shared. The Vineyard sermon, also known as the parable of the wicked tenants. Set against the backdrop of the temple in Jerusalem, Jesus uses this story to address the religious leaders and highlight their rejection of him as the Messiah. It's a powerful message about stewardship, accountability, and the consequences of failing to recognize God's authority. As we listen to his words, let's reflect on what it means to honor God's gifts and be faithful stewards in our own lives. Listen to another parable. There was a landowner who planted a vineyard. He put a wall around it, dug a winepress in it, and built a watchtower. Then he rented the vineyard to some farmers and went away on a journey. When the harvest time approached, he sent his servants to the tenants to collect his fruit. The tenants seized his servants. They beat one, killed another, and stoned a third. Then he sent other servants to them more than the first time, and the tenants treated them the same way. Last of all, he sent his son to them. "They will respect my son," he said. But when the tenants saw the son, they said to each other, "This is the heir. Come, let's kill him and take his inheritance." So they took him and threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. Therefore, when the owner of the vineyard comes, what will he do to those tenants? "He will bring those wretches to a wretched end," they replied, "and he will rent the vineyard to other tenants, who will give him his share of the crop at harvest time." Jesus said to them, "Have you never read in the scriptures, 'The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. The Lord has done this, and it is marvelous in our eyes.' Therefore I tell you that the kingdom of God will be taken away from you and given to a people who will produce its fruit. Anyone who falls on this stone will be broken to pieces. Anyone on whom it falls will be crushed." When the chief priests and the Pharisees heard Jesus' parables, they knew he was talking about them. They looked for a way to arrest him, but they were afraid of the crowd because the people held that he was a prophet. This parable is a poignant illustration of God's relationship with his people and the consequences of disobedience. The vineyard represents Israel, and the tenants symbolize the religious leaders entrusted with caring for God's people. Jesus' message is clear. Despite God's abundant grace and patience, there comes a time when he holds us accountable for our actions. The sending of the servants signifies the prophets God sent to his people over the years, many of whom were rejected or mistreated. Finally, God sends his Son, Jesus, who represents the ultimate expression of his love and desire for relationship with humanity. Yet the leaders' response reveals their hard hearts and rejection of God's plan. Jesus also warns that the kingdom of God will be taken from those who do not honor it and given to those who will produce its fruit. This serves as a powerful reminder for us today. We are all called to be stewards of God's gifts and to bear fruit in our lives. Let's not take for granted the grace and opportunities he has provided us. So, how are you stewarding the gifts God has entrusted to you? Are you cultivating the fruit of the Spirit in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this parable resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe for more teachings that inspire and challenge us to grow in our faith. Thank you for watching, and may we all strive to be faithful tenants in God's vineyard. God bless.